Hello and welcome to the Revolut Insider podcast, where we take a look at Revolut from the inside out, one episode at a time. I'm your host, Alex Carrill, and joining me today is Chief Growth and Marketing Officer, Antoine Linnell. Hey, Antoine, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back.
25 episodes a year later, I wanted to invite you back to talk about Revolut hitting a huge milestone, which is 50 million customers around the world.
Indeed. It's a good moment to look back, but it's an even better moment to look forward and see what's coming next.
Well, I'm excited to hear what is coming next. And how has it been? Because you recently stepped into a new role.
It's been amazing. I think it's been a great opportunity to take our growth to another level. I think we are investing more and more into our growth here at Revolut. We are very keen as well to build more on the narrative of what Revolut is and can deliver to our users. And I have a fantastic team, that I'm working with, and we just keep on cracking. It's amazing.
I pulled the numbers from a year ago, and we were at 35 million customers, and now hitting 50 million. Did you envision hitting this goal so quickly?
The most impressive part of our growth is that we still haven't passed the inflection point, meaning we are still accelerating. And we're accelerating in our core markets. We're just scratching the surface in expansion and so on. It's an impressive journey.
And exciting.
Yeah, totally.
And what do you think has contributed to us reaching this number of 50 million? Like, what have you done to help us get there?
First of all, we have the best product in the market. It all starts and ends with the product, especially in the early days and so on. I think we've grown a lot as well organically. Our word of mouth is impressive. Our best ambassadors are our customers. They love our product. They love talking about our product. Huge kudos to all the product teams that are delivering fantastic work on this. Then from there, what marketing and growth is doing, we're a catalyst. We're just here to accelerate something that is already going fast. We just try to see how we can facilitate the growth, open a new audience, new segments, new countries, and so on. But I think it's first the product and then having the right activities to accelerate the growth that is already coming organically.
Makes sense. And how does this milestone inspire us to think even bigger as we continue moving forward?
It's very simple. You think 50 million is a lot. Actually, it's very small. It is a small number. I think everyone should capture the fact that no one should be amazed with the numbers we have because they are still very small. All right? And why are they very small? You look at it in both ways. Why 50 million is a small number? The first way is that if you look at Europe, we have a few countries where the penetration is good. We have a good market share and so on, which are basically Ireland, we're very strong, Malta, Cyprus, Romania, and somehow UK, we're getting to a decent place.
Okay.
But this is a very small part of Europe.
Yeah.
We have tremendous growth happening right now in Spain, in Italy, in France. We are working on cracking Germany, and we have so many places like that. I think Poland as well has a huge potential. So you see that we are at 50 million while we're just scratching the surface in some of the core markets. So that's just the beginning. That is what will take us to 100 million customers.
Yeah.
Now, the second part of it is Europe might look big when you are in Europe. If you zoom out, you realize that Europe is a very small place on Earth. It's only 500 million people out of 8 billion. So it's only 7% of the population. That's what it is. So from there, from the 100 million users that we should be able to get in Europe, you can 10x. You can 10x it by going global. Because then we are just opening now new markets. We're live like in Brazil, we're live in the US, in Australia, Singapore, New Zealand, etc. We're about to open Mexico, India.
Colombia's in the works.
Totally. So I think everyone needs to really realize that this 50 million number is actually a very small number on our journey.
Yeah. And you mentioned breaking into these markets of Spain and Italy and seeing this growth kind of take off. What do you think is the factor that is changing customers' mind there to start using Revolut more?
So the funny part is that for every market, the reason is a little bit different. If I look at Spain, for example, what we've done in Spain, we've managed to create a lot of activity within a specific segment, which is a reasonably young segment with a lot of influencers that has worked really well. We've been running as well some events and so on. But what we've done more recently that had helped us to open more segments is savings. It's today our most successful market from a saving perspective, and it's growing like super fast. And that has driven a lot of the growth that we have here in Spain.
Interesting.
In France, it's very different. In France, we've had a lot more of a steady growth that has happened in the last 2-3 years, a lot driven as well by influencers that has been incredibly successful. France is a very profitable market for us because we managed to create a huge proportion of our customers are metal users, ultra users. France loves our ultra product, which is an amazing product, and has helped us to grow very fast. While Italy, just to look at the big ones, if you want, like Italy is very different. Italy, this summer we've opened up airports.
I saw when I was in Rome recently.
We're
Incredible.
huge in Rome,
Yeah.
we're in Milan and so on, and the visibility of Revolut is massive. And what we're seeing as well is that Revolut is picking up as well as a P2P product. So we are growing very strong with high visibility, high-end visibility in the market. And as well, we're seeing that the P2P product, there seems to have been a gap in the market in this, and it's really picking up very nicely. So you see, like the growth is picking up everywhere, but not always for the same reasons. But the interesting part is that within our growth engine, we have so many tools in our playbook that sometimes what picks up in one market is something else and so on. And it's the variety of our growth. And when people are asking me, just like you did, where is the success of Revolut coming from? It's like it's a million things.
Yeah.
And that is the success of it. It's the success because we don't just have like one bet that is just killing it. We have like 1,000 bets that are all killing it in so many ways. And that's why we're going to kill it globally.
And I think that's what's making Revolut stand out to customers, right? That they can choose what works for them and take that control over their finances.
Yeah, totally. I often use this analogy of snackable product, which I think is a critical competitive advantage that we have in the fact that we acquire customers that are joining us because they have an interest within our product portfolio. Because our super app is so deep, so broad, that maybe a customer is interested in FX because it's going on holiday, maybe someone in the savings, etc., etc. So they may come through just one entry point, try a snack, but move from one snack to the other one, and then it's a journey because then you did FX, but you come home, you realize, oh, wait, Rev Points. Well, that's an amazing product, right? Rev Points. So well, maybe I should try to use the product home, as domestic and so on. So it's a journey. And that's where the approach of Revolut is so different to any traditional banks where they think about, oh, I acquire you. Now you need to come, bring your mortgage, bring everything and so on. We're not in this mindset, at Revolut. You take the time you need, you discover the products we have, you look at it, you see what makes sense for you. Maybe things make sense today, others might make sense tomorrow and so on. And then it's a journey that now we're working on that should get us to get all the way to primary banking. And then when people will finally realize that they don't actually need any other bank.
Yeah.
They don't need them, We have it all.
And you start building that trust little by little by providing those excellent features, those excellent products that customers can use and trust.
Now, I'm mindful that trust is something that is very important for our customers. I'm mindful that trust is not something that you win overnight, especially when you are competing against institutions that are centuries old,
Yeah.
And there are many things that are wrong about being centuries old. You're slow, you don't innovate, etc., etc. But they build the trust. Let's be honest. Those institutions have been able to build the trust and so on. And I respect that.
Yes.
We're on that journey and we will get there. We will convince people that this is the right place, that we are the most trustworthy place actually to put your money in this new world. Because that's the thing as well. We live in a new world. We live in a digital world. And there is no better place than Revolut who understand this world and will actually deliver the safety and the trust in the world we live in.
I couldn't agree more. And as you look forward, what is next for Revolut?
So what is next for Revolut? Few things. First, from a product perspective, I think we need to expand our product offering. I think there are a few things, especially on banking and credit. I think on the credit side, there's more than we need to deliver to our customers. Mortgage being obviously the elephant in the room that we are about to test in Lithuania and Ireland. So that's really exciting. We know it's a life-changing product for people.
Definitely.
It's something that is not just a day-to-day thing, it's life-changing. I think there's more as well on credit. Credit card, overdraft, et cetera, et cetera. So I think there's the whole credit suite that we've made some good start in many markets that I think we can keep on expanding. They take some time. Those are not the easier product to develop, but I think we're on a good path. So I think this is this. So that's on the core banking aspect. Then there is from a localization perspective. While we have a global platform, I think within the financial world, there are some specific products in specific countries, whether it's ways of transferring money, and peer-to-peer solutions and so on for people. I think we can do more from a localization perspective. And then the last piece is beyond banking. You know, like I think this is what makes the power of Revolut is that we don't only think about banking. It's about banking and beyond.
Well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by beyond?
Well, so I think within our lifestyle offer, I think there is a lot that we are developing here. I think I mentioned Ref Points earlier. I think we talked about everything on premium, all the additional services that we are delivering on premium is an amazing value added for our customers. I think everything we do around eSIM, around travel, et cetera, et cetera. This is just the beginning. I think we're here to develop a platform that is about banking, but beyond, that really delivers the right services to the users that make sense. We're not going to start selling books, I mean, it's not about being suddenly Amazon and then just like producing, maybe we'll produce a bit like podcasts.
Hey, maybe,
But like, you never know. But
an autobiography maybe that you're writing.
But like you see, this is things that make sense, for customers.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see what we do from here to the next milestone. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want to ask you about the upcoming epic 50 million event that we have taking place in London starting tomorrow. We'll be right back with more insider views. This episode is brought to you by Revolut. Thank you to the 50 million customers who have joined us on this journey to change the way the world does money. And if you want to join us on our mission to revolutionize finance, come be part of the future of fintech. Explore more at revolut.com/careers. We're back on the Revolut Insider podcast here with Antoine Linnell, Chief Growth and Marketing Officer at Revolut. Antoine, tomorrow's event in London is a way to celebrate our major milestone of reaching 50 million. What's the rationale behind this type of event?
So as mentioned before, 50 million is a major milestone. It gives us the amazing opportunity to thank our customers. We're nothing without our customers. And bring something to the market that has never happened before. I always say that we as Revolut are here to disrupt banking, but I think we're here to disrupt the world, and within the world of marketing and the world of events and experience and so on, we can be disruptive. And I think the idea of this event was, how about we bring in the most amazing place in London, the Internet, some revolutionaries that are changing the world the way we are doing, and share some experience, share some feelings, share some life events, between all of us, and make the most amazing event that anyone would have ever seen, during those 2 days, bringing iconic people in an iconic place for an iconic brand like Revolut. I think that's what we want to do, and it's going to be the most exciting 2 days ever.
It definitely will. I'll see you there. Yeah,
I'll be there for sure.
Well, we have Stephen Bartlett, Sophie T. Art, Drew Binsky, and a very exciting headliner, Charlie XCX, on the lineup. What qualities do these revolutionary people bring that mirror Revolut's own journey in fintech?
The main thing that all those people in Revolut have in common is that they don't look at the benchmark. They set the benchmark. They don't look back. They just define what they think is right. They're not just here to change something that is out there. They're here to create. They are creators. And they do it in a revolutionary way, by disrupting things, by breaking things, breaking the common way of thinking, not just trying to make the things a bit better, but like making a significant step forward in every domain, whether it is banking in our case, whether it is about music, about gaming, about business, about art, about all those different elements. I don't think disruption has to be limited to any domain. Disruption is everywhere. Our society is being disrupted, as well. You think about AI and all that stuff. Technology is a disruption. But I think even from a lifestyle perspective, there are so many things that are happening right now in the world, and there are people that are making those things happen. And I think bringing our customers to experience this firsthand is a unique opportunity. And I think the experience, what I want to say is that both will have some very lucky customers that managed to get tickets to come to the event and so on. But for the ones that haven't managed to get tickets, I'm super happy to say that most of the event will be streamed directly on the social platform so that everyone can participate and really enjoy this very special moment. And for the people that are as well in London, the great thing of the Outernet, which is in the center, of Soho and so on, is that you can just go there, go and experience. It's a public thing and so on. I really encourage as many people as possible to come and see us, come and visit us. There will be a lot of stuff as well out there, even for the people that don't necessarily have the ticket and so on, because the thing is in the city and the city is in the event.
Yeah, it's immersive. It's an immersive experience.
Immersive, exactly.
And beyond celebrating our growth, is there a larger message we want to convey through this event?
Yes, I think what we want to convey in this event is we want to make people think that everyone can make a difference. Everyone is here to really make the world a better place, make the world more efficient, bring things that will change the way we live, I think that's what all those revolutionaries are doing. But I want everyone in the room and everyone watching it to feel like they can be a revolutionary.
Yeah.
Everyone is at your own level, within your community, within your family, within your friends, within your work, wherever, it is. And I really want this to be an empowering moment for everyone who can attend.
And I think this rings true to something you said. We don't compare ourselves with others because we are the benchmark.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that same feeling or that same message you're conveying. Don't compare yourself to others. Be yourself and push yourself to disrupt, to think outside the box, to see what you can do and how you can make a difference.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And I remember last time we had spoken, you had told me about your time at Candy Crush and how you helped contribute to making it one of the most popular gaming apps. And now you're part of this huge success at Revolut. So from gaming to banking, what would you say is key to appealing to customers as a company continues to scale, regardless of the industry?
So the common denominator here of Candy Crush and Revolut is the product. Both have an amazing product. And it's about how the product makes you feel. That's really the key thing at first. Once you have that, it's about applying the 1,000 things that I mentioned. It's about being consistent in your approach in first the growth and the marketing. So on the growth, it's a very analytical process. It's a very rational process. While on the marketing, it's about being truthful and authentic about your brand.
Yes.
But that is very much linked to your product. So the product is defining the experience. The brand marketing is here to amplify those feelings. And I think in both those cases, that's what we've done.
If you don't have a good product, then you can market as much as you want. But once people use it, if they don't like it, they're not going to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I just have one more question for you, Antoine. If there's one thing you wish you'd known earlier in your career, what would it be?
I guess I would have invested in Bitcoin earlier. That would probably be my answer. I think for the rest, I think we've done pretty okay.
Great, Antoine. Well, thank you so much for joining me again on the show and helping to celebrate this big milestone, our 50 million customer mark. So thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
And for those listening, you can add the podcast to your favorites so you don't miss an episode and follow us on Instagram at Revolut Insider. Thanks for tuning in to the Revolut Insider podcast, where we take a look at Revolut from the inside out. Until next time, remember, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. Revolut. Change the way you money.